this is Zdenka. Listen to this. So I heard that Viltrox EF EOS M2 mount adapter or speed booster makes vignette and soft edges in the photos. The quality of the photos is not good. Another one. Hi, which one is better? What should I get? Adapter or speed booster for my Canon M50? I've read this comment and this question on this channel many times and online elsewhere as well. Let's review photos from 3 different lenses, photos taken with Canon 5D Mark III and no speed booster, and photos taken with Canon EOS M50 with speed booster. Let's look at them at 100% view and discuss what we see. And I already know now that opinions will vary from person to person. Some of you will say yes, others might say no. Well, I'm going to show the images in great detail. You be your own judge. You decide on your own if this tool is right for you or not. And I will also answer a question if you should buy adapter or speed booster or both. Let's test it. For the new faces, welcome. My name is Zdenka Darla. I work as a photographer since 2007. I make photo and video tutorials, tech reviews and creative camera challenges. So if that's something you're interested in, you might consider hitting the subscribe button. What is this exactly? This is a regular adapter with no glass. This makes EF lenses fit on M-mount camera. This is speed booster and it is more than just adapter. Viltrox company says. Viltrox EF EOS M-mount adapter is designed to allow Canon EF mount series lenses to be used on interchangeable lens digital cameras that are compatible with EF-M lenses. So you can basically use those big EF lenses I've got here. Canon 50mm f1.8. Canon 24 to 105 mm and Canon 70 to 200 mm. I use these lenses mainly on my DSLR, which is Canon 5D Mark III. When you add Viltrox speed booster to a lens like this one is 50 mm lens, you have to multiply the focal length by 0.71. So 50 mm lens, 50 times 0.71 is now 35mm lens. But let's continue with the description of Viltrox speed booster, which is directly on their website, which helps enlarge one level aperture. It is also built in 4 groups, 4 pieces optical glasses. This is why you see on 50mm lens aperture f1.2 instead of f1.8. And I already know that some of you will be discussing if it is really lowering the aperture or not. Well, let's not get into that. What this video is all about is about the visual result. And that's what I care about as a photographer. I really want to know how the actual result, how the actual photo will look like. Here are some random photos of random stuff, and I literally had 15 minutes yesterday to take those photos. It's not about pretty photos. These are not pretty photos. It's about the details in a shot, to be able to tell if there's any difference between 2 different cameras, between camera with speed booster and camera with no speed booster. The photos are not edited whatsoever. This is how they are straight from the camera. Here is side-by-side shot taken with 50mm lens. On 5D Mark III it is 50mm and the lowest aperture is f1.8. On the Canon M50 it is 35mm with the speed booster and it shows lowest aperture f1.2. Let's zoom in at 100%. Let's look at the center. Center image with the speed booster is a little bit softer, not much, tiny bit. Let's look at the top corners. Here you can clearly see the corners are softer with the speed booster. Now let's look at 2 images where I selected the same aperture f1.8. I don't see much difference when it comes to the center. Now let's look at the corners and we can see that photos from Canon M50 with the speed booster are a little bit softer. Let's look at 70 to 200 millimeters telephoto lens. First shot I took at 70 millimeters, which on a Canon M50 with speed booster is 49 millimeters. And let's see them side by side so you can see how far you can actually see. The aperture I selected here is f8. Now let's zoom in. And I gotta say, I don't see much difference in the center. They are both nicely sharp to me. Now let's look at the corners. They're almost the same. However, the photo from DSLR 5D Mark III is tiny bit sharper. Let's look at photos taken at 200 millimeters, which is on Canon M50 142 millimeters, and I selected aperture f5.6. Now let's zoom in at 100%. Center is the same, I would say almost the same. I don't see any difference really. Edges on Canon M50 with speed booster are a tiny bit softer, not much though. Let's look at the last lens, which is 24 to 105 millimeters. First photo is shot at 24 millimeters, which is 17 millimeters on Canon M50 and speed booster. Aperture I selected is f8. Here's a side-by-side photo, and let's zoom in. The photo from DSLR without the speed booster is a little bit sharper in the center and the edges. And lastly, we have photos taken with 105 millimeters, which is 74 millimeters on Viltrox speed booster. Aperture I selected here is f5.6. Let's zoom in at 100% again, and we can see that it's tiny bit softer with the Viltrox speed booster. So is the softness a problem? Not for me personally. I've submitted many photos and videos to stock agencies and they've been accepted no problem. They are selling no problem. So I don't see any problems at all. When I'm looking at the images, it doesn't bother me. I'm personally very happy with the product. You, my friends, you need to make your own personal judgment if the product is right for you or not. Should you buy adapter or Viltrox speed booster? I have them both. I use them both. They are great, and I actually suggest them both. When it comes to the regular adapter, it just makes the lenses, EF lenses, fit on your Canon M50, and it drastically changes the focal length, so you're actually gaining a lot more zoom. So it is like I gained extra lenses. Viltrox speed booster will make the lenses, when it comes to the focal length, a lot more similar to what you have on DSLR, and it will also help you big time when it comes to low light shooting in low light situations. So you need to decide if you just need something which will help you get different focal length, or if you need something for low light like Viltrox speed booster, or you can have them both like me. And I'm pretty sure that some of you would like to compare the photos rather than seeing the photos in the video. It might be actually harder to see the details in a video. So lucky you, I created a link to zip file containing all the images from today's video in the video description below. So you can just click and download the photos to your own computer and make the judgment on your own. Compare the photos and see the details on your own. Also, I included links to products, to adapter and speed booster in a video description below as well, in case you are shopping and deciding what's the best deal. Well, hit the thumbs up button if you like today's video, subscribe to all future videos like these. If you have any questions, comments, or simply want to say hello, and I'll probably say hello back, you can do so in a comment section below, and I will see you, my friends, in the next video. Ciao, ahoy!